like 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah.
And you know, now they're bringing it back. Now they're bringing
Office too. Office used that too. Yeah.
Office. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, before Mark Miller's Office had that, and the kid they had at the time to play the bully, he was in, oh gosh, the greatest game ever played. I think it was that golf movie. Great. He was perfect for it. But they said, oh, that format's not going to work, and it just goes to show you, TV development people, they don't always know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I was in TV development. You know, they don't always know what they were doing.
They have all the money and the power, and then they get like, you know,
yeah,
like everything they do.
You get a great idea like Prodigy Bully,
right?
And it was such a fun concept. We all loved it, but then they said, oh, this interview thing is not going to work. Can you just make it a straight 3-camera or 1-camera sitcom without the testimonials? And the NBC, all of their shows have testimonials now, and this is supposed to be on NBC.
Yeah, I remember when he was in that pilot. So my son was in that pilot, and it just didn't get picked up.
Yeah.
Corinne, how would you feel if, like, you know, so Ethan is, you know, movies now, but let's say one of your other boys becomes a reality TV star. How does that make you?
Yeah, I liken that to people that are on YouTube right now. These YouTube celebrities are also like reality television stars. They are celebrities in their own right. They script out their material. They record themselves. Some of these guys are very, very savvy in terms of putting together a story from beginning to end. So it would be if somebody were to say, hey, you know, one of your other sons would like to give him a channel. I mean, now you have this influx of web TV. You have YouTube content being mixed up with NBC scripted and reality. I mean, at one point, you know, where does it stop?
Yeah.
Like you have second screen now.
Especially like now with all these smart, quote-unquote, smart TVs, where they have direct access to the internet, where you can just change the channel and then just turn to YouTube, or you know whatever it may be, Vimeo. It's going to start probably mixing in soon. But I'm really not a concern, but my thought is what I'm wondering is in the next few years when this YouTube generation goes to college and then becomes adults, when they start making money, are they still going to watch YouTube? I'm waiting to see if that happens. And I don't know. I have absolutely no idea whether they'll continue to watch YouTube or will they just sit on their couch and watch television. It just depends, you know.
It's a good thing you brought that smart TV, because then I think they will start watching. This next generation is more ADD than ever, dude. And I'm becoming like that. Like I'm trying to write something, and then I'm on Facebook, and then I'm on Twitter, and then I'm like, why do I have 9 windows open? I close them all, and then like 30 minutes later, I have 5 more windows open.
Right.
And that's
crazy.
The thing, though, it's like the whole ADD thing, you know. And they're saying, well, you got to cater to me because I have ADD. It better be good in the first 5 seconds. If it's not, what they don't understand is that no good story or great story will catch you in the first 5 seconds. Like nothing will. If Star Wars, 5 seconds, it's not going to catch you. That whole that in a galaxy far, far away, 5 seconds, most kids won't even read that. They'll be, oh, this is boring, this is stupid. But Star Wars is a great trilogy that you had to wait for and you had to let it build. Seinfeld, when it first came out, had the worst what is it? Not peer reviews. Focus groups. They had the horrible focus groups. They were going to take it off the air. Friends, they were going to take off the air. If you remember Friends in the first season, they had Noah Wyle and George Clooney make cameo appearances. They had to ask John Wells to borrow them because ER was such a hit. ER was one of the only shows that got, I think, 90% approval on their focus groups before it came out. And then when it came out, it was the #1 show automatically. Friends was like, they weren't sure if they were going to cancel it or not. It wasn't doing very well. Brad Kaufman and Crane asked John Wells, can we borrow George Clooney and Noah Wyle to kind of help boost the ratings? If you take the ADD generation, Seinfeld wouldn't have made it. Friends, would have been struggling heavily out of the gate. So I mean, a lot of these people with ADD, they're saying, "Oh, but you got to cater to my needs." It's tough to get a story, a solid story, solid characters out in 5, 10 seconds. It's tough, and they're just a crazy. It's just a crazy like me generation. Because reality, it's easy to catch everyone in 5 seconds because the preview will be some girl punching another girl. Ooh, I gotta watch that.
Right.
You know, and then that's what we're left with now.
We know just from being web producers that your video can't be more than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to pack all that in, or else you have to start chopping that content up into like 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
It's so tough.
Yeah, it is. And, if people are wondering, what's the new Noah Wyle, who's the new one that television would try to get onto their scripted television, Ryan Higa. Let's have Ryan Higa do an appearance on one of our shows, a network show, or let's have Kevin, Kev Jumba, come onto our show and make a cameo. That's this generation's celebrity. And I think a lot of that has to do with their understanding of social media, because you can actually communicate with these kids. You can just tweet them, and they'll write you back within seconds.
Yeah.
And so I think it's different than if you were to put Noah Wiley in a show. You could put Ryan Higa in a show, and while you're watching it, tweet to him, and he'll answer you back. So it's more like a peer.
Allegedly, it's Ryan Higa.
Allegedly.
And that's the thing, I think a lot of these stars, not just Ryan Higa or like Kev Jumbo or Noah Wiley or any of these stars like that have Twitter accounts, we have no clue. I mean, yeah, that's their authorized account, but we have no clue.
I do want to say that
running them back.
if you tweet at me, Channel PK Town, I have 300 followers. It is me. I guarantee you.
Wait, let me put that in.
Yeah.
I also have you guys write comments on my thing. I don't read any of the comments. I'm too fragile.
That's why I was getting sensitive about that. I'm like, how come he doesn't answer back?
Yeah, I read no comments.
What?
I read nothing.
Once I hit 500 followers, I'm hiring a writer though. I'm ready. 500.
But no, it's true though. Like people will, they'll say, "Oh, watch the show," and then you can tweet at the actors and they'll respond.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, actors have, and working with actors on TV shows, it's hard to get them to do publicity after the show. How are they convincing them to write or tweet their fans back?
I do think that NBA players though, it's them because their grammar. You've seen their spelling and grammar. That's them, dude. That's LeBron. That is truly them, dude. Unless they hired one of their homies as a writer.
Did you mean one of the black people as a writer? Is that what you really meant?
I think that's what you're saying.
You guys.
Well, one of quote-unquote those people?
You don't have to call me out like that on live radio. Like a bubble above my head that said, ding, yes, you are correct.
But some of them, you're right though, it is them because they get in trouble.